everybody, this is Mike and Lori with Hamburg Honey. Today we're going to put Guinevere. She's our queen we bred last year. She actually hatched in our house in the observation hive. We got to see her hatch, emerge. And over winter we had her in this polystyrene hive, the bee box. These are made in Finland and we get them from Blue Sky Bee Supply. So we're going to move Guinevere to a bigger hive because she's grown her hive now. She was a smaller hive going into winter because she emerged in August actually, so she was a smaller hive. Just enough time to mate and start laying eggs before winter, and she survived winter. So we might end up grafting babies off of her this year for queen rearing. So this is the 10 frame bee box, and this is where we're going to move her to.
So right now there's a good pollen and nectar flow going on. So the bees won't mind being moved around a little bit. Most of the foragers are out in the field right now. So the population that we look at inside here won't be as big as it actually is. So, oh, here we go. This is why you always check the lid before you do anything with it. There's our queen walking right on top of the lid.
That's Guinevere.
So we have to be really careful with her. I will actually set this down in here for now to make sure we keep an eye on where she goes. I'll start putting some frames in here right away, and hopefully she'll walk onto a frame. I don't want to hit the cover down into the hive and jostle her too much. So I'll get one of these frames right up next against this, and hopefully she'll walk right onto it. Alright, just like that. And we will check her brood nest now, see how she's been laying. She has this frame completely laid. There's some cat brood here, there's larvae here, and it's full to eggs all the way down to this area over here. I'm not sure if you can see that really well on camera, but we'll try to get you a picture of it. And when you move hives and you relocate the frames, you always want to make sure you put them in the exact same order that they came out of the original hive. You don't want to separate the brood nest.
Oh, look at that pattern.
She has a very good
She
pattern.
has very good brood pattern.
These are hatching out right now, and as they hatch, she already has them backfilled with more eggs and larvae. Same on this side, all the ones that are hatching out up here, like this one right here, is hatching as we speak. She's chewing through her wax cap. She'll be out in probably 10 or 15 minutes.
Wow.
So it looks like she's doing really well. Here's the typical pattern that you see in most hives. You have the brood nest in the center, then around the edges you have a ring of pollen, because this is what they feed the brood, so they want it right next to the eggs. And then on the very outside edge is honey. And there's another full frame of capped brood.
Nice.
So she's doing really well. Over on this edge, they're starting to build some drone comb. So that means they're getting really good nutrition and the hive is growing at a really good rate. Alright, she's also got some eggs laid into this, and then around it is all pollen and fresh nectar that they're pulling in.
Yeah, bee bread.
So there's a good there's a good nectar flow going on right now. And the back side is completely empty.
There's some drone comb ready
Yep.
to get into.
Some old drone comb. And the last frame is generally going to be just food stores. There's not much in this comb, but they're working on filling them all. So right now she has 5 frames filled with brood, which means within the next 2 weeks this hive is going to double in size. So that's why we have to get her into this 10 frame box. She's doing really well. She's a good queen. And hopefully she's walked off this cover. Otherwise I'll have to nudge her off with the hive tool. Oh, no, she's still on here. Alright, let's see if I can get her to...
Do you want to get her in the queen cage?
No, I don't want to risk doing that. I'd rather chase her down with the hive tool. Oh, she's on the hive tool, so I'll just let her walk back down. There she goes. So now that she's off of there, I feel comfortable giving this a hit. All the bees go down in there. We have some empty frames to fill in here. Give her plenty of room to lay.
These polystyrene bee boxes are excellent. We had such a good survival rate. We had 4 of them going into winter, and they did so well. And one of them even we made into a double colony, so it had 2 queens and 2 separate hives within the box, just divided in 2. And they were stacked 2 high, so they were 6 frame hives on each side. But they kept warm all winter. We'd like to get more of these hives and eventually get rid of all our woodenware.
So now we'll take this hive and put a new nuke into it and let them grow. And Guinevere will expand quickly in that hive. And I would say within a month we can probably put a honey super on. She'll have all these frames full of eggs and brood. So.
And a standard kit for this hive comes with the bottom board that's screened. It comes with the entrance reducer, 1 deep. It comes with a inner cover.
Now, yeah, it does have this.
It has a plastic inner cover.
Weird mylar cover that I've never used before, never seen before. So we'll have to test it out, see how it works. It does have to lay flat against the frames, so we will have to get all this burr comb off of here so it'll fit down onto the frames.
And these boxes are compatible with woodenware, so if you wanted to use this and didn't want to buy a honey box right away, a honey super, you can use your wooden honey supers with it to start. You don't have to buy all of it at once, and then later on get your polystyrene honey super for it.
Alright, now here's the lid that fits right on there. Lori did a nice paint job on the top of it. There is a concave section, so you can skip putting the mylar cover on and feed pollen patties or sugar patties. But if you were to leave this mylar cover off and let the bees have access to this area during the summer, they would fill this with burr comb and you'd have a mess in here. Also, it has these really nice vents on the top. All you have to do is pull out these little styrofoam plugs, and it's a nice air vent. We'll probably use it once this hive gets bigger and it gets hotter this summer, but for right now we'll keep it closed up.
These hives do have to be painted to protect them from the sun, and we use a masonry paint. It's kind of gritty. You can get it tinted or you could just leave it white, but it protects the hive and makes it last. These are guaranteed 30 years. So they're pretty good hives. We're anxious to see how cool they stay in the summer, because we got ours late fall last year to try over winter, and we haven't tried them in summer yet.
Now it does have this really nice entrance on the front where it has these sliding gates. You can actually make this hole, the entrance, as small as you want, or once this hive gets a lot larger and starts filling up this box, I'll actually completely take this entrance reducer off of here and let them have the entire entrance to come and go as they please. Because once they fill this box up, they'll be able to defend that entire entrance right there. Oh, a little wood tick on the hive.
They're out.
So, we will keep track of Guinevere. She's one of our favorite queens. Like Lori said, if she keeps doing really well this summer, we're grafting actually today off of a different queen, and probably in about a month we're going to be doing another set of grafts. So she'll be up for eligibility to be grafted. We just have to go through and do our tests on the hives and grade her as a queen, and then that'll tell us whether we'll be grafting off of her. So get out there and enjoy your bees. We'll see you later.